Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is short track time once again, as the Split Decisions Racing League short track division is getting ready to go green. We got the SK mods and the super late models tonight. We've taken the Cadillacs out, and we're going to have two car divisions. As we're getting ready to come down to the green flag, we have Brendan Whitford and John Nichols on the front row in SKs, and then we've got Nate Johnson, Lucas Gordman in the second row, both in SKs, and then Thomas Albert and on back in the super late models. And Dave, obviously our fearless leader, will be in the Star Wars late model, as per usual, in his Star Wars car. We'll get to some facts and information and some good stuff, but they got their qualifying done a little earlier than planned tonight, so we're getting ready to go green right now. We'll see the pace car turn into that weird pit road entry. We were discussing that right before the race. They will come down and take the green flag, and the SKs are off. They might get a little bit... They might have a little bit of running together, but I promise you those SKs are going to run away. They were 4 to 7 tenths faster per lap. And as we watch, Brendan is moving off into the lead, and we'll come down. The 123 is into the wall on the inside. The caution comes out. Brendan is leading in the SK. They've picked up the caution, and we will take a look through the field and see how they come out. Thomas is actually Binks Albert. My apologies. His iRacing name is incorrect, but so I will be referring to him as that, and I didn't want to cause any confusion. We have our new member Steve Fish here this week, and Austin Householder. A few of these guys are new, and you can see some of them have the caret beside their name. That indicates they're in the short track series only. So that will be something to watch this season, just to see how they come up. Now, this is our first race of the season. We've had our previous races that were to get recruits and get some good drivers in. We've got a good group here. We've got a couple people missing tonight, but we've got the main part of our group with us tonight. So we've got the best drivers in the best cars. We took the Cadillac out because, as we mentioned last week, it just does not take a beating very well, and on an oval track they tend to beat and bang. As we come down to the start finish line, we'll probably get one to go. Maybe not. We are at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. This has only been with us a couple of weeks, and I can tell you from experience this week, those super late models, they handle really well on fresh tires, but they will get a little tight in the middle. We'll start to see some drifting up, and they do get a little bit loose off, but I imagine those SKs are, as usual, planted really well. So we'll move up through the field here and just take a look. There is Brendan Whitford leading the pack. John Nichols, Nate Johnson, and Lucas Gortman. We've got the Turtle, Tyler Rush. We've got Steve Fish. Obviously Dave in the Star Wars car. And the Black Rifle car driven by Austin Householder, Mike Aylward, Kevin Bernheimer, and Binks Albert. As we move back to the front, we get ready to take the green. They're going to get lined back up and go through some of the camera views we've got for tonight. So we're going to be trying some different camera views off and on tonight as the pace car goes in. One single file restart because the crash was so early, and Brendan is going to run away. Looks like Turtle's going to make a power move to the inside, as we've got one of the super late models going to the outside. And looks like those super late models just got beat in the corner, as the number 6 of Steve Fish is holding on to second place right now, and Dave is just chomping at the bit to get around him. We'll watch the SKs come around the corner out of 2, going down into 3 and 4. And it looks like Lucas might be struggling a little bit. There's not really much for tire saving for 100 laps here in those SKs. Not sure if Lucas is struggling with the setup or just trying to save his car, or might have got into a little trouble there. Coming out of 3 and 4, down the front stretch. And John's already getting quite a lead as Nate dives inside of Lucas. This is a 0.596 mile track. 18-degree bank turns, 3-degree bank straightaways, so that these cars will get around this track very quickly. As we're going to fall back here and see the Turtle. Tyler the Turtle Rush is getting a bit of a lead on the other super late models, looks like. We've got the number 6 car of Steve Fish trying to reel him back in. Looks like he closed up the gap. As you can see, Turtle's really having to use those brakes hard going into the turns, and they are glowing red. If you go look at the SKs as they go into the turns, we'll see if we can get a view where you can see one of the SKs going into the turn. Their brakes are not nearly as red. They're not having to use nearly as much to get slowed down. They do handle substantially better on these bank turns. And that is due to the fact that the right side tires are a little taller, a lot wider than their left side tires. They are designed for turning left at high speed. Go back through, we've got Turtle and Steve Fish. Got a little bit of a breakaway going there. Looks like Austin and the 123 is already Binks Albert is already making a run back up after that early incident. Looks like Austin is trying to close that gap. He might actually be closing that gap up from the look of the times here. Yeah, it looks like he is closing the time on Steve Fish just a bit. As we see, the number 6 is pulled all the way back up on the Turtle. Might just hang out back there. We have 7 super late models tonight, 4 SK mods. So we'll have 2 different races going, it looks like, tonight, as the super late models are just can't hang with those SKs, but they are putting on a good show back there. Now 123 getting a little loose into 3. There is a bit of a bump going into 3 and another one coming out of 2. As the SKs are already coming up to try and put the super late models a lap down. Now they will be scored for championship purposes. There will be a first place in the super late models. There will be a first place in the SK mods. But the idea here is just getting them on an oval track together and seeing what happens. This is gonna get interesting, folks. It looks like the 123 is struggling just a bit as that SK of John Nichols dives underneath and just storms off down the back straightaway. And here come the next 2, Lucas Gortman and Nate Johnson, just trying to catch back up. But John looks like he's got the field outclassed right now as they come through lap traffic. It'll be important to try and get through as cleanly as possible, or they're going to lose more time to John. As we see Nate climb back up on the back bumper of Lucas, This is going to be a race for second place, folks, in the SKs. So they come through 3 and 4. Looks like Lucas is just going to hold him off, at least for the time being, but they both move up high. Looks like they are running a little bit higher line, trying to keep some momentum, keep some speed going. So we'll see if that works for him, and that might help him get around these super late models who tend to prefer the low to mid line. Although Turtle's just proven me wrong, going high through 1 and 2. Like to point out that we have a new sponsor tonight. We have Turtle Shells. One of our league members is starting a paint. Oh! Looks like Brendan got into the Austin. I believe that is Austin's car. He's trying to help flip him back over. And it looks like the Turtle tonight will be Austin sitting on his lid. Some of the super late models will get to come back around the pace car as John Nichols is going to line up behind the pace car, and we'll see where they end up. Let's see if any of them actually make a move for pit road. I don't think we'll see any SKs go down pit road, but I do think we will see some super late models come down pit road next time by. We'll watch the top 2 SK mods there. It's like John Nichols might have disappeared on us for a moment. Oh, there's John. He's driving inside the pace car. He did not disappear. He's just having a little fun up there at the front. Looks like all the SKs are going to come on around. We got the 123 Binks Albert on pit road. Turtle stays out. We've got the 6 of Steve Fish on pit road. It looks like Turtle might be the only super late model staying out. Looks like Dave is already coming off pit road. Of course, we see the 99 there. Mike Aylward, he's on pit road, as well as the 28 of Kevin Bernheimer. And Austin's sitting there working on getting some repairs done from that little flippy head. Coming back up to the front to see if any of these SKs will take advantage. No, they will not. They're 30 laps in. They are running only 7 gallons of fuel in these cars, so it would be a stretch for the SKs to make it to the end. Trying to look and see if any of these super late models manage to stay on the lead lap or not. That could make things a little bit interesting. Looks like Dave Gilbert is a lap down in that number 7 Star Wars car as Turtle comes down pit road to get 4 fresh tires and some Sunoco race fuel. It looks like the only car showing 1 lap down right now is Dave Gilbert, and he might get that lap back. Yep, here comes Dave to get his lap back. And we've got all the SK mods still in the same lap as they come down 1 to green. Looks like we're getting all the super late models except for looks like Austin's still on pit road getting some work done as they come to green. Just under 70 laps to go. John gets a good jump on the restart. As they go down into 1 and 2, it looks like they're going to get fairly close to single file here. Come out of 1 and 2, and the first, John, Lucas, and Nate all single file, almost nose to tail. And Lucas is going to go on the attack for that first place spot. But he's going to have to contend with Nate right behind him and Kevin closing back in on him. Looks like the super late models right now are being led by the number 6 car of Stephen Fish, new to the league and already starting to show he's got some skill. Got Bernheimer in the Camel number 28 right behind him. The 99 car of Mike Aylward as we've got another caution out. See if we can find, looks like the 123's having problems again. Looks like he smacked the inside wall. So 123 of Binks Albert. So we'll see if he probably used his fast repair on that first incident. We'll see if he gets in and out of pit road quickly or not. See, it looks like Austin might be off pit road now. Yep, here comes Austin back on track in that number 75 car. Looks like Binks, Albert, and Austin are the only ones laps down. Both are currently showing 4 laps down. Now, Binks had the issue earlier in the race and hit the inside wall to bring out the first caution. And oh, the 28 just went sideways down onto the into the apron. Looked like he missed the wall. Let's see if yep, looks like he is coming back. He's gotten it straightened out. Not sure what happened there. Here he comes back up the outside, getting back in position. No damage, it looks like. Nope, his car is still clean. Looks like that 123 is getting a lap back. Let's see if Austin's going to manage to get a lap back as well. Not quite yet. And it looks like we had some SKs dip down pit road. Now the SKs are lighter and they have less power than the super late models, and obviously they're have the advantage of the bigger wheels on the right side. They are just built to go left. As we come to 60 laps to go, believe we'll be coming to 1 to green. Let's see if this Mr. Pace Car driver turns his lights off. No, he does not. Looks like we'll have 1 more lap of caution, and then we'll go back to green flag racing. Now, it's interesting to note, in the practice session, the SK mods were 4/10 to 7/10 faster. So they will break off again into their own little pack, but it'll be fun watching them weave their way through all the super late models tonight. And it looks like next week we are missing a couple of guys. We're missing Thomas Myers and Bill Bussey tonight, but they were both in the chat saying they will be back next week. So Thomas is, as we get to 1 to green, Thomas is one of our admins. He was a huge help last week in the Bristol race. Look forward to having him back. I'm sure Dave really looks forward to having him back to help. As we come to 1 to green, are they going to get single file? Are we doing a single file restart this time, fellas? Looks like the number 60 and Nate Johnson's going to be up high on the outside. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we're going to get to watch some of these SKs work their way through the field. As we're showing the 41 of 60. Nate is leading the race right now for the SKs. Oh my goodness, we were 4 wide through 1 and 2. It looks like we might have had Turtle sideways. Looked like he might have gotten a little bit loose there coming off of turn 2. Trying to fight that with them being 3 and 4 wide through there. Looks like we've got the 41 of John Nichols working his way through the super late models rather quickly. John's been the dominant SK tonight, so this will be he'll make quick work of those super late models in front of him. Looks like he's only got 2 left to go. Looks like he's got the 28 of Kevin Bernheimer and Steve Fish in the number 6 to go, and he's going to get past them. Look at that speed through the corners. That SK mod just monsters the corners. They don't even have to touch their brakes most of the time through these corners, whereas the super late models have to check up going in. So he's just going to monster by them. And we've got another caution. Let's work our way back in the field. See if we can. Not sure. Might have been the 123 again. He's been struggling a bit in this race. This is a tricky track. It is not smooth. It is not easy to drive. And some of the iRacing setups, since they're all running a fixed setup, some of these iRacing setups are just a bit tricky to handle around this track. And it looks like we'll have a couple more drivers back next week. Pat Buddy and Jim Mohan, I believe is how we say that. If I'm wrong, I'll correct that for next week, hopefully. Make sure before every race to try and get some of these pronunciations right. So definitely, if I'm wrong, let me know, and I'll make sure to make a note of it for next week. Looks like John Nichols has already worked himself back up to the very front of the field, being followed by Kevin Bernheimer, Steve Fish, and looky there, Austin is showing as 4 laps down. Binks Albert is 3 laps down. One of them will get a lap back. Looks like it will probably be Binks. Looks like the Turtle is sitting third in class. Steve Fish is in second. Bernheimer's obviously leading the super late models tonight. And we've got John Nichols leading Lucas Gordman, Brendan Whitford, and Nate Johnson in the SK mods. And Dave Gilbert is coming off pit road. Looks like just in time to get out in front of that pace car. So he probably went in, get some fresh tires and some fuel, and is going to be coming back through. He's showing in, looks like Mike Aylward's on pit road now as well, getting fresh tires and fuel. Yep, there's Mike in that Tabasco car. We move back up through the field. Looks like the SKs have gotten themselves sorted out to the front. And just based on where those super late models are running, those SKs will usually sort out to the front, as we are on 1 to green. Looks like Mike is still on pit road. Not sure what's going on there. He should have been off pit road already, but hopefully Mike will be back out in a moment. The 123 of Binks Albert is sticking with it despite his early problems. And obviously Austin was on his roof for a short period of time there and back at it. So good on them. They'll hopefully get some of their laps back, and we'll get to see these guys racing for number 1 before this is all said and done. 50 laps to go. We are at the halfway point of this race. John dives off into 1 and 2. He's got a good lead on Lucas, but Lucas will not give up. He is one competitive driver, and he will always be there at the end. As he goes looking high, looking low now. He's making the crossover move to the inside. Can he make it stick? He does. He makes it stick into 1 and 2 and takes the lead back from John Nichols. Will John crosses back over. And John takes the bottom into 3 and 4. Will Lucas be able to hold him off on that outside with the extra speed? No. So they go back into 1 and 2. John's got the bottom line and the lead. Looks like he might have it sorted out just for the moment. But that gave Brendan and Nate a chance to catch back up. So this is going to get interesting, folks. Brendan and Nate are right on their tail after them doing their dueling crossover moves, is what we'll call that for now. As we see Lucas go back to the inside of John. Dives off into 3 and 4. And has the inside, has a run off of 4. He's got the lead. Oh! Looked like Brendan went around.
What can we do to try to help it if we do get another restart?
Looks like Brendan got turned by the 60, or maybe just got a little bit loose. They were running side by side trying to make some moves and make up some space. So, hard to say, but Lucas Gortman takes the lead in the SK Mods. Looks like Kevin Bernheimer and Turtle have just got that 1 and 2 locked up for now. In the running order they're showing is 1 and 2. Dave is in 3rd place, but he's got the 75 of Austin in front of him. Going to make it a little bit difficult to get around him. As we should be seeing, looks like Binks will be getting one of his laps back, I believe. Looks like Mike Aylward might be out of the race. Let's go see if we can find Mike. See if he's on pit road just getting fixed, or if our scoring is showing. Mike is showing completely out of this race. As Brendan comes off pit road, does not look like he's got much damage. Didn't look like he was going to hit the wall very hard, so he might not be in bad shape. And I do not see a Tabasco car on pit road. Looks like Mike might have gotten wrecked, gotten caught up in that mess. He was running quite fast tonight, so maybe he'll hop in the chat here and we'll get a little bit more information from him. This is the number 6 car. Stephen Fish is on pit road. Steve was leading earlier in the race, so hopefully he'll be able to work. Because Stephen, sorry, I keep calling him Steve, but Stephen was leading earlier in the race, so hopefully he'll be able to get back there. He was sitting in 2nd there for a while as well, so he's been at the front all night long. Looks like we've got about 42 laps to go. We'll see if we're going green next lap. We'll watch the pace car as he comes around. Looks like we'll be going green on lap, or with 40 laps to go. These SKs should probably be able to make it to the end. They pitted recently. And with 7 gallons, they seem to be able to run. All these races will be 100 laps. Yep, 1 lap to green. We run about 100 laps, and these SKs seem to be able to make it on 1 pit stop, whereas the super late models tend to have a little bit more fuel burning. But they also have a lot bigger engine, and they're having to go quite a bit harder. They've got a lot more weight to power around the track. And we're going to stack up double file restart here. As we watch, Lucas is leading them down to the to the green flag. Lucas takes off. And John Nichols right on him, but Turtle's going to the outside of these SKs. They'll monster away from him, but he was going to go for it if he had the opportunity. Lucas leads them through 3 and 4, gets a full lap led. But John is closing right back up on him. I imagine we'll see the crossover move here again in a moment, as looks like See if these SKs, as they work their way back through the field, Nate is going to come flying through this field. He has been fast all night. Looks like Turtle is leading Dave Gilbert right now, as Nate just flies through the field, Brendan right on his tail. It is Tyler the Turtle Rush in first for the Super. Oh, as the number 6 goes around, Stephen Fish goes around, hits the inside wall. Get her going again, Stephen. He gets it righted. He's got a little left front damage. Shouldn't hurt him too bad. We stay green with 36 laps to go. Looks like Lucas is holding on to that lead pretty well. John's sitting back there in second, just biding his time, waiting for Lucas to make a mistake, but he ought to know Lucas rarely makes a mistake. And we go back here and see Turtle and Dave. Look like Dave's starting to look to the inside, but that number 60 SK is flying by on the outside. Those SKs can run any line they want to, anywhere they want to go. And they can run it fast, as you see him just fly by Tyler Rush. And Dave looks like he's not letting him get away at all. Just 0.3 of a second splits him, and he is closing that gap up quick every corner. Oh, gets a little loose, hits the apron, gets a little loose off of turn 2. Will that give Kevin a chance to catch back up? Does not look like he gained a lot of ground, but he gained some. Actually, Kevin is, by our scoring, gaining. He's closing that gap down to Dave quite quickly. Just 0.4. He's got the SK mod. Looks like Whitford right behind him, and Lucas Gortman still leading them. Those SKs just monster around on these bank tracks, but on the flat tracks, it's a slightly different story. Turtle goes low, oh no, he's not going to let him by that easy. He's going to make him work for it. Get back here and take a look at the 75. Austin House. Oh my goodness, the 123 Binks Albert got a loose again. Looks like he is struggling with this car tonight. He has had some damage. That is going to mess up his handling even more. Number 6 is Stephen Fish, is back up in 4th place right now in his division, as we see Lucas Gortman come charging up behind the super late models. He's going to start putting these super late models. Oh my goodness, look at this. John Nichols powers by in the middle on the inside and takes the lead. He was waiting for his opportunity, but Lucas is coming back to the inside. They're going to do the crossover moving again. Oh, as we get a spin and a wreck right in front of him. Caution is out. 25 to go. Looked like the 123 had some more problems tonight. He is really struggling with that car. He's giving it everything he's got, though. Good on you, Binks. He has stuck it out despite all the struggles he's had tonight, and he's going to keep fighting. Well, they do get one fast repair, but I do believe Binks used it earlier in the race, so. And looks like in that mess of lapped cars, Dave Gilbert took the lead for the super late models from Turtle. John Nichols is back in the lead for the SK mods. And this will be interesting because the number 75 of Austin Householder, if he does not get his lap back, he will be sitting there between Lucas and John. So this will make an interesting restart. Depends on who pits and who stays out. Let's see if any of these SKs will make a move to... Nope, but we see Austin dives down to the inside. He's going down pit road. The number 6 car is on pit road. Looks like Tyler Rush in the 27 Turtle car is on pit road. And the SKs are going to stay out once again. Looks like Binks has worked his way back up. He is only 1 lap down. He might get that lap back. As Austin, I believe, is 3 to 4 laps down. We'll see when he comes out of the pit and scoring updates. But that number 60 is back up there in contention. Nate Johnson was definitely running through those super late models like nobody's business. Definitely just as fast as Lucas or John has been all night. And of course, Brendan Whitford been sitting there sniffing at his tail the whole time. We could have quite a battle when they go back green. It'll probably go green with about 19-20 laps to go. Looks like Brendan was almost a lap down, but is getting his lap back. We'll see who else comes around to get a lap back as well. Hopefully that 123 will get back to the lead. It looks like the number 6, Stephen Fish, is getting his lap back. He was the first car 1 lap down in the division as we go to 1 to green. Gotta give that 75 car of Austin credit. He is 4 laps down, sitting in 6th place in his division after being on his lid earlier in the race. So he is definitely going to fight back. It'll be interesting to watch somebody like Austin just does not give up. As we come to the green flag, John Nichols will lead Lucas Gordman, Nate Johnson, and Brendan Whitfield down.
Green flag.
John gets a little bit of a jump, but Lucas gets him on the outside. Looks like the super late models out accelerate into that on the restart as Lucas makes a power move down to the inside. He is not wasting any time going for the lead. And here they come, already catching up to the super late model of Dave Gilbert. John is definitely fighting back on the outside. This is going to be interesting as they come up on the lap car. Oh, little bump. John bumps into Dave. Gets clear and does not let out of that gas. He stays right on Lucas's back bumper. Dave saves it as well, and they keep going. Austin's still out there, several laps down, as well as Binks. Looks like Dave has slipped back to 4th, 17 seconds back, as the leader of the super late models, Tyler the Turtle Rush, is gaining on Dave. Not sure what's going on with Dave tonight. He was running up front just a few moments ago. Might have gotten a bad restart and then getting bumped by John. Probably did not help matters at all. As we're looking at Brendan Whitford, he is trying to fight his way back up to those lead cars. He's about 6 seconds back from the leaders. Oh, and bumps into the wall, drives up on the wall, gets stuck. And and we stay green. No caution. He dives down to pit road. The 75, Austin Householder, is diving down to pit road as well. Does not look like he has any additional damage. Might be struggling though. As Tyler Rush and the number 6, Stephen Fish, are closing in to try and lap Dave Gilbert. Dave is going to keep fighting and try and stay on the lead lap, hoping for a caution with 14 laps to go. Kevin Bernheimer in 3rd place in division, just about 3 seconds back. We'll go back up here to the front where Lucas is still leading. Started building a little gap on Lucas Gortman. I'm sorry, Lucas has a gap on John Nichols. About a half a second lead right now. And Lucas has Nate Johnson sniffing. Oh, Nate bounces off the wall, pushing too hard. These SKs are pushing really hard here at the end with 10 to go. Dave Gilbert sitting there in 4th place, still managing to hold off the leaders for now. As we watch Tyler the Turtle Rush leading. Oh, the 6 car just closed up to only about 4/10 back. He is gaining on him every turn. Looks like Tyler gets about a 1/10 of a second lead down the straightaway, and Steven gets a little bit of and closes that gap back down by about a 1/10 in the corner. So we'll see if if Steven can get up there and challenge Turtle in the next 9 laps. As we see, Lucas Gortman still leading John Nichols. Still about a half a second gap. Watch this battle for a moment as they come around the 28 car. That is Bernheimer, I believe. Kevin Bernheimer in the 28 car. Kevin goes high, lets him by on the inside. Oh! John runs into the 28 car. Kevin Bernheimer, no caution. They both keep it straight. But Lucas Gortman has a 1.5 second lead now. John probably won't be able to close that up in the next 5 seconds. Or 5 laps, excuse me. Looks like Lucas Gortman might run away with this one. As Kevin Bernheimer is in 3rd place in the division. Just 7-8 seconds back. Binks Albert still running, 3 laps down, banged up, but hasn't given up yet. Dave Gilbert running 4th, about 18 seconds, and there is your leader, folks. With 5 to go, that is your leader in the super late models, Tyler the Turtle Rush. And as we see, it looks like Stephen Fish has closed the gap. This is going to get fun. Stevens closed right up on his back bumper, and they have the leader, Lucas Gortman, right on their tails. Will Steven give him the bump and run? Will Lucas come into play as he goes to the outside of Steven? And he'll be getting outside Tyler in turn 1 and 2. I'm sorry, in 3 and 4. Does not look like Lucas is going to come into play for these two at all as the number 6 car gets loose coming off of 4. Loses a little bit of time. But he's going to close that gap back up really quickly. And drives in there hard, gets right back on the back of the Turtle. He is driving the wheels off that Stephen Fish is. Down on the apron. Looks like he is going to pit road. Oh, has he run out of gas? I believe he might have run out of gas. That will play right into Kevin Bernheimer. Up, looks like we might have picked up the checkers. Looks like the Lucas Gortman went and got the checkered flag. Our scoring hasn't showed it yet, but it looks like Lucas has won the race for the for the SK Mods, and Tyler the Turtle Rush right there at the end manages to hold off the 6 car of Stephen Fish. Outstanding racing tonight at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Great racing, guys, as we see Lucas and Tyler doing their burnouts on the front stretch. Be interesting to see if Lucas can pull off a burnout in that car. We know Turtle can. He's done it before. But the SK Mods definitely he's going to go for the donut. Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our race for this evening. For Split Decisions Racing League, the short track division, they're going to work together to get that burnout. Good on you, Turtle. Hold him in place. Let him get that burnout done. Those tires are tacky, and it makes it hard for those cars to get a burnout without a little bit of help, but looks like Turtle's going to give him a hand. And just a reminder that we have the Turtle Shell sponsor. They will be sponsoring the whole season of the short track division. There'll be more information coming out soon about that group on the Split Decisions Facebook page, so definitely go check out Split Decisions Racing League. Definitely check us out on Friday nights as well. We'll be running the Cups, Trucks, and Xfinity cars all at the same time, on the track at the same time, just like what we saw here with the SKs and the Super Late Models. We're going to have some great racing. And that will be broadcast Friday nights on PTM Racing TV on Facebook as well. So for Dave Gilbert and all the admins of the Split Decisions Racing League, we thank you for showing up tonight. Thanks for being a part of this wonderful racing group, and we hope you all have a great night. We'll see you back next Monday night right here. You'll be able to catch this video on YouTube within the next hour as well.